I'm Nate Castro, and I'm going to be interviewing Paula Geiger. She's a National Accounts Manager, Lodging and Transportation for Banfi Corporation. So I'm going to start off by asking, what is your current job title, position? How long have you been in this role?
Okay. My current job title, you just read, National Accounts Manager, Lodging and Transportation, which essentially means that I call on all cruise lines, all airlines, all hotels, and then I also have some other accounts too. I've been working for Banfi for 14 years, and this is my third assignment with them, and I've been in this role for about 8 years.
So how did you land this position?
So, ever since I graduated college from the wonderful school of UCF back in 1990, a long time ago, I have been in the wine industry. My first job was working for a distributor, a local distributor, and then from there, I wanted to get into the supplier side of the business. So I worked for the Ernest and Julio Gallo Winery, and then I worked for Jim Beam Brands, and then I worked for Banfi.
Awesome. So what do you enjoy most about your job?
I love that no 2 days are ever the same. I love that it's a challenge. And I love all my clients that I work with. Well, not all of them, but most of them. Being in sales, you meet all different kinds of people. But I have to say, most of my clients I would probably choose as my friends. They're really
That's awesome.
nice, professional people, and they're all over the country, all over the world. And I also like that I get to travel and go and see new places with my job.
Nice. So you mentioned that you worked in sales. Now, do you work more with a team or individually?
Very much individual.
Okay.
It's kind of a lonely job sometimes, but I am part of a team. But my teammates are, I have two other teammates. One lives in Jacksonville, and then the other one lives in Texas. And we probably see each other about, I don't know, maybe 6 or 8 times a year.
Okay.
But we talk, I probably talk to one of them every day. So, we're always bouncing ideas off of each other and working together, if not over the phone, via email.
So you said that you worked more individually. Do you think that style impacts your work for the better or for the worse? Or would you rather, have more of a team rather than being individual? Or do you think working individually actually helps you excel even more?
Probably a little of both, but I do wish that I had more exposure to other people because, there's a lot of creativity in my job. It's like I'm selling wine, and there's a lot of other wines out there that my clients can choose from. So, like, it's nice to, I have my ideas, but it's nice to see what other people are doing too. So if there's more people on your team, then obviously you have more exposure to more ideas, which is awesome. But I do like the autonomy. I like that, I'm self-motivated. I get up in the morning, I start working, and I don't have like constant interruptions from other people. And because I have worked a little bit in offices before, and I just find that there's so many interruptions that sometimes it's harder to get tasks done. So I don't know. There's benefits to both, but I would say overall, working with a team would probably be beneficial since my job is so creativity driven.
Awesome. So what is your favorite place you visited through your job?
Oh, probably Verona, Italy, which is it's in northern Italy, northeastern Italy. So if you've heard of Venice, you're in the region there's 20 regions in Italy. It's one of the regions of Italy, and it's where the story of Romeo and Juliet took place.
Okay.
So it is this absolutely beautiful city. It's kind of like a miniature Rome. If you've ever been to Rome or heard about the Colosseum in Rome, there's a Colosseum in Verona.
Wow.
But it's a smaller version, and instead of it just being like a historical site that you can go and visit, they actually use it. So you can go and see operas or ballets or plays outside in this, arena, in this Colosseum, and sit on the same steps that the Italians, the Romans used to sit on.
That's
So,
amazing.
and then there's great shopping, and there's great restaurants, and there's amazing wines. It's Verona is just a fantastic city.
It does sound fantastic. Now, time for a difficult question. What do you like least about your job?
The long hours. I've never known a 40-day work week. I have to travel on the weekends. I have to leave my family, leave my puppy, who you heard in the beginning barking. Apologize for that. I hate the long hours. And the other thing I don't like about sales, and I know that you're considering getting into sales, is at least in my job, it's like you're never done, because there's always something more that you can sell, and there's always another phone call you could make, another relationship that you could improve, and because it never ends. It's not like building a house, like once you turn over the keys to the new homeowner, the house is done. You never really have that, so you have kind of ups and downs, and you can never turn it off. Can never turn off sales.
So you mentioned that you went to UCF. Now, did you enjoy your college experience?
Loved it.
Loved it.
Absolutely. I went to a high school in Rhode Island. I graduated with 73 girls, and then I moved to Florida to be around more family, and also because of their curriculum. And I went from being in a very small classroom setting to a classroom of men and women, and 300 people, and and when I started it was like 16,000 students. When I graduated it was well over 20,000. So it was quite an adjustment for me. But I joined a sorority and met a lot of friends instantly, and they were just great people, and provided a lot of like extracurricular activities. I was playing all kinds of sports, and I don't know, it was just that they had study halls, and they would help you, like guide you into terms of which were the better professors to, classes to take. So it really was it was just, and it was a beautiful setting, and it's a great school. Obviously it keeps growing.
So what was your major in college?
Business administration.
Business administration.
And general management.
So can you describe how you became on your career path to your current job?
Well, I graduated, and I actually had a friend that worked at the distributor, and she told me about a position that was available, and I applied for it, and it was part of the Gallo management training program. So they were recruiting, and I believe Gallo still recruits from UCF, but they have a management training program, so it was a great opportunity to get started. So it was my first position though was actually just selling some non-alcoholics, and then I eventually had to work my way into the Gallo management training program. But it was great.
All right, so that was my last question. I want to thank you for letting me interview you. It really helped me out and gave me a little taste of the sales industry, which that is what I want to do. So I really appreciate it. Thank you.